Okay, so this video is about solving linear equations involving fractions. This problem says solve this equation. Now, solving involving fractions works just like solving if it doesn't involve fractions. You want to first isolate this section of the problem with x in it. So I subtract 5 from both sides, leading you to the equation that says 7 equals to x over 3. Alright, so since that says 7 equals to x over 3, the best way to get x from being, the 3 from being in the denominator is to multiply the whole equation by the 3. So I'm going to take this equation, I'm going to multiply both sides by the number 3. By doing that, it allows me to get rid of my fraction. So now the equation becomes 3 times 7 is 21, so 21 equals to x over 3 times 3. The 3's cancel, leaving with just x. So the solution for that equation is 21. I think that's the best way of doing it. Taking the denominator, whatever it is, and multiply both sides of the equation by that denominator. A second way you could think about that equation is this. You could think about it as 7 equals to, let's get this straight, x over 3 is the same thing as 1x over 3, right? Because there's an understood 1 in front of x. So that's the same thing as 1 over 3x. So if I gave you x over 3, you could have rewrote it as 1 over 3x. So let's think about it that way. Suppose I rewrote that as 1 over 3x. Well, now it looks like a problem that we'll divide by the number in front of x. In this case, that number is 1/3. So if I wanted to, I could have taken the 1/3 and divided both sides of the equation by 1/3. So by doing that, the 1/3s cancel. This becomes 1x. 7 divided by 1/3, you can plug into your calculator, and you get 21. 1x is the same thing as x, and you get the answer. As you can see, doing it this way takes a few more steps, but it's still true. Alright, I'm going to erase this note and go to another one. So if you want that as a note, I'll pause the video and copy it. Alright, so I got a new example. It says solve this equation for w. Well, now it says solve for w. So in beginning this problem, I'll take the fraction as it is, and our goal is to isolate the w. So to begin isolating the w, we need to get rid of the fraction. So I'm going to multiply this side by 9 to get rid of that fraction. And whatever you do one side of the equation, you have to do to the other. So I have to multiply the other side of the equation by 9. By doing that, you wind up having w subtract 5 over 9 times w equals to 18. Now these 9's cancel. So your answer would be, well, your next step would be w subtract 5 equals to 18. And to finish solving that equation, you just add 5 to both sides. So you get w equals to 23. So the solution for that problem is 23. Alright, let's do a new one. Alright, so we have a new problem, and it says solve for n, and let's make that an n. Alright, so we want to solve this equation for n. In this problem, we have two fractions, but keep in mind our goal. Our goal is to get the n part alone. We're not done solving until we have a place that says n equals something. And when we get to that place, we're done. So our goal is to get n alone. So to begin this problem, in order to get n alone, I will multiply both sides of the equation by the number on the bottom of n, or the number at the bottom of the fraction that has n in it. So let's draw a new line. So the equation will be 3 over 4 equals to n subtract 4 over 2, and I multiply my left side of my equation and right side by 2. By doing that, it counts as the 2's. So what I have now is 2 times 3/4. Well, 2 times 3/4, technically, 2 times 3/4. You might ask yourself, does the 2 multiply into the numerator, or does it multiply into the denominator, or both? All right, so let's think about what happens. If I gave you 2 times 3/4, that really means 2 divided by 1 times 3/4. So 2 divided by 1 gives you 6 in the numerator, and 1 times 4 gives you 4 in the denominator. So 2 times 3/4 is really 6/4. So that's what that is. It's 6/4, which is about 1.5. So this is really 6/4, or you can call it 1.5. Matter of fact, in the future, I'm just going to call that 1.5. That's going to equal to, on the right side where we have n subtract 4 divided by 2 times 2, the 2's cancel each other out. So that leaves you with 6/4, or better yet, 1.5 equals to n subtract 4. So to finish solving this, you probably add 4 to both sides. So 1.5 equals n subtract 4, and you would add 4 here, add 4 here. 1.5 plus 4 should be 5.5, and that's equal to n. So n is a decimal, and it's 5.5. All right, hope that makes sense. That's all I have. Good luck.